How you define yourself will define your life. Hi, welcome back. I'm here every single day. Before I start talking my ears off, you really want to subscribe. In the law of attraction, you become what you think, which was scientifically proven many of time. So, your thoughts create your reality, and with that, your beliefs, your belief system, what you believe to be true, what you believe to be possible, what you believe will happen to you, what you believe you are experiencing again and again, your habits, whatever, all of this. So, because your thoughts create your reality, your thoughts then create your identity. If you always believed you were not lucky, you will never be. You haven't been in the past, but the past doesn't exist anymore. The past is seemingly just mere memory of what you attached emotion to. It's not really, it's a whole other video, but the past is not real. Even if you define yourself as somebody that has never been lucky, it still doesn't work because the past doesn't exist. So all that experience where you set your belief to a point where you believe you have never been lucky doesn't really hold any value and is not valid because the past doesn't exist anymore. You might tell me, well, it did exist because I lived it. Yeah, but it wasn't the past, it was the present at the moment, and this is gone. I could never replicate it exactly because it's gone, it's past. But the thing is, since I can't have it back, it means it's gone. The past doesn't exist. The only thing that exists is your memory of the past, memory which you hold emotional tie to, which makes your past a better or worse experience depending on which emotion you had, which emotion you thought you felt at a certain moment. It's a whole other video. But if you've always believed you were not lucky, you won't ever be, because you've spent your past building up that belief of I am never lucky. And your thoughts create your reality proving you that you are not lucky. And then your thoughts create your reality, which your reality will create your identity being somebody that is not lucky. Therefore, how you define yourself will define your life. Gag it. Once again, kind of the same thing. If you've always believed you'd always be poor, you will always be poor for the rest of your life. You define who you are, and who you are define your life. So it's a constant effort, kind of weird way to say it, because at some point it won't feel like effort, it will just feel like normal, because it will be constant effort to realign yourself, unlearn everything that you went through in your past that keep you in your old belief that you are some type of person that has some type of things always happening to them. All of this being things that you don't want anymore. If you've always believed you were lucky, don't change it. It's common sense. All the thing that you don't want to be anymore is the thing you should change. If you always believe you would be rich, then keep thinking that, girl. But do the aligned action with it, so you can build up that belief more and more and back it up with action. Okay, my camera stopped. I'm gonna try to pick back up where I was. If you keep repeating the same thing to your brain, how do you expect it to think or give you anything else? See, inside of your mind, you keep repeating the same thing over and over again. Your subconscious mind doesn't have eye. It cannot see around you. It cannot see what you're doing. It cannot see your reality. It can only create your reality from what you feed it with your thoughts. So if in your mind you keep saying the same thing negatively again and again, saying I'm poor, I'm this, I'm that, your subconscious mind will make this appear in your reality. Its job is to find proof of what you believe inside of your head and manifest it into your reality. So if you keep saying this over and over again, your mind will then create a reality that will be able to show you that you are right. Your brain, most of the time, is not here to sabotage you. It's here to show you exactly what you think. Find things in your reality by creating them to prove your mind right, because your mind creates your reality. It doesn't see good or bad. Good or bad doesn't exist. Good or bad is not something like this is good, this is bad. In that sense of things, the universe doesn't understand good or bad energy. If you're always in a negative energy, the universe will match this because it's what you send out, it's what you get. You don't have to be, hey universe, send me something good. Okay? The universe is not a person, the universe doesn't have a mind. The universe is not going to say, okay girl, I got you girl, here's something good girl. This is not how it works. The universe doesn't understand good or bad. Something can be good for you and can be terrible for someone else. So when you think something inside of your mind, you are that energy. And what you send, you get back. So the universe is simply going to send you back what you think constantly, whether it's good or bad. Once again, doesn't exist in this specific subject. Of course, there are bad things and terrible things going on in the world. Right now, more than ever, there's a nuance to this. And that's why I'm taking the time to explain it, because in the world we live in, people have a tendency of not understanding nuance. So that's why I'm making it clear. So if you keep repeating the same bad thing that you don't want and that has manifested a reality before in your past, in your current reality, once again, the past is not real, but in your current reality where you are now is the reflection of what you thought in your past. Once again, not real. But when I say not real, it's that it's gone. You can't go back. It's not something real. The only thing that you have from your past is your memories. Your memories are attached to emotion, therefore are not reliable. It's a unique perspective only for you. You can have a memory with somebody else in the past. They will view it completely differently from you because they have their own emotion tied to that moment. That's why the past is not something real. The only thing you have left from the past is your emotion tied to a certain moment. That's why I'm telling you that the past doesn't exist. So the past cannot hold circumstances that will permit you, that will not allow you to get something because of circumstances from the past. Circumstances doesn't exist. They don't. Your past doesn't exist. So how could you believe that circumstances from said past that doesn't exist will not allow you to get something now? It's not real. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But putting that aside, how do you change it? You have to lie to your brain. You have to lie to your brain and do it in your favor. As I said, the subconscious mind doesn't have eyes, so it cannot see if what you're telling it is true or not. Therefore, it doesn't have the choice but to create the reality of the things you keep repeating to it. That's where you got to the reality where you don't want to be. So, don't you think if you do the contrary of what you just did that led you to this reality you don't want, by doing all of this, you will get to the reality you actually want? Aha! And more than just lie to it, you actually have to take action in the lie that is aligned to the lie that you tell your subconscious. Lie to your brain and act like the person you want to be, because your brain doesn't know what's real or not. It doesn't have eyes. It only believes what you tell it and how you act. If you start running every single day and telling yourself, I'm the best runner ever, well, your brain is not going to be, well, actually, girl, you're not, because this and that. It's here to literally do what you're telling it. You're going to think no matter what every single day. So why wouldn't you want to change and make a little effort at the beginning to keep your thoughts in check, to then get the reality that you want? Because I can assure you, when you start doing it, it's gonna feel like effort, because you've always been used to thinking a certain way, to thinking not in your favor, to thinking all of those things that made you this person and have this reality that you don't want. But that little effort of actually keeping every single thought in check will lead you to somewhere you actually want to be. And when you're there, it won't feel like effort anymore, because you will have completely realigned to that new person that you are. Your brain is going to be completely rewired, thinking, well, this is how it's always been. I've always been that person. I've always been so abundant. I've always had so much money. I've always had a promotion every single 2 years. Because why wouldn't I? I'm great at my job. I've always had amazing person coming to my life because I simply attract them, because I am an amazing person. See, start thinking like this and look how your reality changes. If you keep acting as the person you were, you won't become the person you want to be, because you still define yourself with who you were and not who you want to be. That's all I have for today. Subscribe, because I'm here every single day. Like the video if it was helpful. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you want me to talk in the next video. And if you want to watch another one, I think this one should suit you very well. Until then, don't forget, be unapologetic, but most of all, be iconic. Bye. Are you not going to click it? You should really click it. Puss puss.